Hi, welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we're working on an older Pontiac. It's a 2001. It's a Grand Am. You don't see many of these around anymore, but basically I want to show you how the problem they were having with this car here is that they were driving the car. As they're driving, they get a rattling noise in the front and when they hit a bump. So I just want to show you what to check and how to go about repairing it. This one is a fairly easy repair. After looking at it, you can pretty much tell by this that the tie rod end, whether it be the inner or the outer, are in poor condition. So let me bring you over. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, and we'll wrap this job up and get it out the door. All right. Okay. This is the problem this particular car is having. You can see this is the outer tie rod end right here. This is the inner tie rod. So sometimes you'll have that play in the inner, but in this case the play is here on the outer. You can see that movement in there. That's the noise that we're getting on this particular vehicle. Same thing on the other side. So we're going to put this tie rod end on here, and then we're going to move to the other side and do the same thing on the other side. All right, the way you're going to do it is you're going to actually break this nut loose right here. Loosen this one up. You're not going to take it off far. You're just going to crack it loose. And then we're going to take this nut out right here. This is probably going to be about a 18 millimeter, so we're going to take that out. Then we're going to lift this tie rod out and we're going to rotate it off. So let's grab some tools and we'll come right back. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to just loosen that nut in the back over here that actually holds the inner to the outer tie rod. So we're just going to loosen that up. You're not going to take it off, you're just going to loosen it just a little bit. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the nut on the bottom right here. Now, you can remove it with a ratchet, or you can remove it with an air gun. Just to save time, I'm going to actually do it with an air gun. So you can just hit this with the air and take it off. Now, a lot of times to take the tie rod end out, you can use they have different type of tools that you can use to try to remove it. One that we use here at the shop is basically a fork like this that we put onto the air gun, and we hit it inside here and we knock it out. I'm going to show you how you can do it at home without having to have that fork to do it. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to take a hammer and you hit it right here, a couple of sharp raps with the hammer, and this will pop right out. So here we go. And it comes right out. Now you can see that this is in pretty poor condition, and that's why we're going to be changing it, obviously. Now when you take this out, count how many revolutions you take it off, how many times you turn it to take it off. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got like 14 and a half turns to get it to come off. Now if you're going to have the alignment checked, but this will be fairly close for now until you can get the alignment reset. As you can see, this joint is in really bad condition. So let's grab the new one and put it back together. Whenever I put anything back together, you know how it goes with any kind of rust. You want to definitely put a little bit of grease on it, and then I'm going to leave that nut on there because just because I didn't want to take it off. Okay, it's fairly close. It locked right into the nut already. So now we know the alignment is going to be pretty close. put this through here. And now this particular tie rod end is a little different than a lot of them. It comes with the nut and it comes with a washer. And the reason you want to use this washer is because this is made of aluminum. And if you try to screw the nut in there, you're going to wind up eating into it because the original factory nut had that washer built right onto it itself. All right, so make sure you use your washer as much as you're tempted to throw it away. Don't do it. Screw that on. And then we'll grab a socket and we'll tighten it up. Now you can use a wrench, you can use a socket, you can use whatever you've got. You want to use a socket. I use a wrench because in this way here I can see where the cotter pin is going to line up. I don't have to play around with it. And then line your cotter pin up. And put your cotter pin through. And bend it down like that. And that's all set there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to tighten up this inner part right here. Just hold this. To hold this tie rod in and then tighten up the inner. Okay, feels nice and tight. Alright, let me bring you over and show you. Alright, so we have our tie rod end is through the knuckle. We put our washer on the bottom, put the nut on, tightened it up, and also put the cotter pin through. We installed a new grease fitting into the tie rod end. We screwed the tie rod end on, and we tightened this nut up against the tie rod end. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the other side. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Now, even though you may be tempted to drive the vehicle after you put it down on the ground and drive it, and you feel that the front end feels fairly decent, the steering pretty straight, never assume that the alignment is going to be correct. Always get the alignment checked and reset, because you're going to wind up looking at your tires and you're going to find out that the tires now have gone bald, whether it be on the inside or the outside. So to reiterate, anytime that you do any front end work whatsoever, always have the alignment checked to make sure that it's properly set. All right, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.